can also
Hell yeah.
go over, Lorne, like what exactly the kind of ceremony that you do, because it is kind of up to you, because you're a part of a different sect.
Yep.
But basically, a couple people on the ship do show up. It's not a lot of people, because not a lot of people on the ship are active worshippers of the stream.
Great.
It is literally just Trent, Franklin, and yeah, and any PC character that wants to be there.
Waves.
Oh, well, I've got a.
Everyone
I've
else
got an
just
audience.
respects,
Yeah,
or
who
in
does,
the case of Celeste,
Graham
Zai
want
also
present? Yeah.
Zai would also be there for it.
Aw.
Zai, Trent, Franklin, Hana. Let me get my notes. I need this down for reasons.
I presume no Mac.
I'm probably not allowed near her without security people.
Yeah, no
Oh,
Mac,
true, I
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Mac is not a big fan into religion.
Also, since it's Lorne administering.
Yep.
Yep. None of this is conducive to Mac presence.
Lauren would know that Trent and Zai are more devout than Franklin is. Trent also, none of them ever refer to Lauren as like Sister Lauren or anything like that, but they are followers of the faith. But yeah. Also, I can't believe this music was changed to this.
I don't know what this is. I'm trying to play something, but this just keeps on going wrong. This is how I get converted now.
The theme of infinitology. Lauren gets up. She puts the needle on the on the disc. And this is what plays.
I will fix this.
No, this is perfect. Leave it. This is how I want to be converted. No.
Oh, say, cause I've got a bunch of organ music.
This is so perfect, though. I don't know what you mean.
Oh.
Hell yeah. That's what I was looking for.
I know.
Anyway, now that Ram's got his,
I had to change it because you were just going to cry throughout the entire thing.
It's good, though. Ram's got his jiggies out. What are we doing?
Whoopee! I'm a part of it now. Whoopee!
Quick seals together. Papa, look at
But yeah, so
I'm a good boy.
So when Lauren would go about it, however, Lauren goes about it for theirs. So that one doesn't really require my presence for it, because it's like I said, it's very much more so about renewal and stuff like that, and like the acceptance that of something greater, and just accepting that, hey, this is just a fact of the universe. There's no need to change it. There's no need to give it meaning. It's just there. It's eternal.
Yep. When Lorne administers it, like I kind of imagine these two, like the more private ceremony, and then you've got the big shebang is like kind of like the reception, basically. And this more quieter, more personal ceremony is more like the rite of passage or whatever,
But yeah, so that can happen at any point. The one on planet, however, definitely a bit bigger. It takes place in an entire compound rather than just a church.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, and you know that the compound very much has lots of rooms so that, you know, additional people could, you know, from out of town could show up and like stay the night and stuff. Very much very communal. And of course you're able to figure out on it. They do have it kind of arranged in the symbol of the infinitology, that archway.
Nice.
So the compound's kind of shaped like that as well. There is a fence, but the fence is literally just cattle wire. So it's not a fence to keep people out, it's a fence to keep big animals out. And just mark the boundaries of the land, essentially.
I imagine if there's like celebration or something, like if those lands are literally farmlands right next to them, you got the cattle just sitting there at the fence watching because they love social activities.
Basically, yeah. Then on this far back in the center is the big best way to call it the church. Either side, some towers, but they're not like super large and super large. It's made on the same materials as the rest of the compound, but it is bigger to like show that this is the centerpiece. All the windows are nice hollow glass, so that they can have different images projected rather than, you know, the expensiveness of stained glass. This is much cheaper and easier.
Nice.
So it's just regular glass with just hollow projections on it. So you can have different symbolism there. And it's big, huge community thing. Lorne, you would have had to get into touch with the local, you know, arbiter of this compound. And you learn that there is a couple arbiters there, actually, that do different sermons at different times.
Okay.
They spread the weight. And it's probably near the end of the first week when you get this set up, because the arbiter that you get into contact with informs you that they actually already have a ceremony in the works, and that they would be, you know, ecstatic to have more participants, as they were going to be doing a ceremony to welcome some other people to the faith as well.
More the merrier.
So Ram won't be the only person doing this. There's a couple others as well. Ram will be the fourth.
You won't you feel like a little fish out of water there?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's very, very big of a place. You arrive a day before, essentially, along with everyone else. I imagine for the first time in a very long time, Lorne is wearing their official garb.
Yep, probably. Like, it's usually spent, like, folded up nice and neat in a suitcase she doesn't touch forever.
Yeah, but now you got your official, like, priestly robes on and everything. There's a couple people which are, you know, they've never seen a Proxian before, and these people are Hicks. However, they're not racist Hicks, because they believe in the Great Dream. And so, Lorne, you get to have a lot of time talking with people about you being a Proxian, and a lot of people are quite intrigued by that, and they're very pleased to hear that, you know, even prior to the teachings of infinitology reaching your people, the Proxians already, you know, had the similar state of mind. That was definitely a welcome for many of the people to hear. And you're also offered by the head arbiter to host your own sermon if you'd like, in regards to the teachings of your sect, as it does come pretty apparent to everyone that you're from a sister sect. But even that doesn't cause any animosity. You're all a part of the stream.
Yep. We're all just little riverlets.
Exactly. You're all in it together. You're all a part of something more. You're all part of a universe.
Love it.
But so for the big ceremony, it's much like how a lot of churches today go. Everyone's, you know, in their rows and whatnot. There is no like orderly set to it. People can be seated wherever they'd like. The only theme of like rule and tradition is that the arbiters are at the back of a room. So basically, you have whoever's delegating the ceremony. Then you have the other arbiters behind them. Depending upon how many depends upon like where they're standing and whatnot, because there is a total of 4 of you. Lorne, you're arranged in the middle because you're super tall, and the other 2 are flanking to either side to make it look more harmonious.
Yep. We walk in harmony, baby.
We walk in harmony.
And the only part of this entire ceremony where you kind of get sketched out, Ram, is so the first day when you are showing off place, there's like nice rugs everywhere, all sorts of tapestries. The day of the ceremony, the rug that's in front of the altar area has been removed, and there's very clearly like some sort of mechanism that opens up the floor, and the rug's no longer covering. So that's kind of sketched out. But during the ceremony, that kind of becomes apparent as the people of the audience remove the main walking rug across the entirety of the room to either side, showing that it was actually split in the middle. And it's all very neat and orderly. And then the entirety of the floor kind of like shifts just a bit, so there's like an inch gap that goes all the way down towards the very end of the room where y'all and the other people are arranged. And then a very slow amount of water trickles, showing that the entire place is at a very, very faint angle, so that there could be a little bit of a stream that pools near the end. Yeah. And to the other section, which is a very, very shallow, waist deep pool. And you're not the first one to go, Ram, as it's probably described as the arbiter in question, arbiter
Sorry, somebody's
Brackman.
not vacuuming. Let me close my door.
Arbiter.
Okay.
So Arbiter Lily Brackman is the lead arbiter here.
Okay.
And so you're able to see that no one's submerged under the water or anything like that. It's more so just a thing of you're asked to kneel in the water, or if you're more comfortable, to float on the water. And after they do that, that person's wrapped in towels, and that's basically the ceremony, is where you're asked to kneel. Many words are said. You state what you are feeling and how it feels to be accepting of all of this. People give a little polite clap, and you're brought out, and you're referred to as brother, then your name, or sister, then your name. Then the arbiter gives you a proper hug as they embrace you into the stream.
Oh, okay.
Then you're given a towel to dry off, and then the process repeats for our next person. And it seems as if parts of it are rehearsed, other parts of it are more personalized. And this is a part where you, Lorne, would have worked this out with the arbiter handling this, where you have to give information about Ram so that parts of this ceremony can be more personalized with some of the wording to Ram. And because they rolled really well, and plus your role there, Lorne, because this is why you had to make that roll, you're able to give them enough information and still be tactful and respectful to Ram's privacy, that when the arbiter hosts this ceremony for, the event for you, Ram, you don't feel like you're being attacked or anything. It feels like the person, they word it in such a way that it feels like they know who you are. They're not just repeating something that's been told to them. As if they sat down and thought about this, thought about you, and how this is affecting you, and how you are affecting this, and how you are a part of something more. It's really touching, it's really helpful, and it's able to, kind of bring you into it all that much more. A strong sense of community, a strong sense of righteousness, solid footing after so much trial and trepidation.
Aw.
Nice. That's about what he needs.
What
Yeah.
he needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't activate my void. Woo!
It doesn't activate your void, and then once that ceremony is completed, there's a round of applause. The newly converted, all four of you, are seated off to be facing everyone else as the ceremony continues. And it basically goes on into the core tenets of infinitology. About how...
The 10 tenants or whatever.
Yeah,
I wrote
the 10 tenets.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through all of them because I'm lazy.
No,
Okay, I will
it's
go
okay.
and read through it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And plus, Lorne and Rem can have a discussion about that.
She'll have
And-
discussed with him before. Obviously, since they had their own little thing too. So
Yeah, and the ceremony does end with everyone in the room. It starts with those in the backmost row having one of the symbols of the Phenatology painted onto their back of their hand, and it goes all the way up to even those of you who have been sitting. And there's a couple like symbols that are used again and again, but there's like different variations of the symbols. Thankfully, these symbols don't make the head hurt.
Nice.
These are not bad mojo symbols.
These are just chill symbols.
Just chill, spooky symbols. You, Ram, are also given one, and then all of the arbiters are given one as well, but theirs is on their forehead, and that's the actual symbol of Infinitology is what they get.
Okay.
As they are the gateway to the stream. So yeah, everyone else gets one, and that's when the true celebrations begin, where everyone is able to file out, and then it's more or less a party.
party,
Hey.
Yeah,
Party.
sing and dance and have a good old time.
exactly.
Okay, I've joined a cult.
You joined a
You've
cult.
joined the
Welcome.
cult.
Welcome.
Hell yeah.
It's not a cult, it's an established religion.
Exactly.
Established.
Kinda culty.
It's not like that Infinitology happens to have all these tenets in place that allows it to easily prey upon those who are most vulnerable.
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
Nah.
It's not like an arbiter is always there at the end of a natural disaster to try to give you meaning to life or anything like that.
Totally.
Totally.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. The Infinitology only existed for 200 years. Everywhere in space now. Don't worry about it.
Oh no,
Don't worry about it.
It's existed for way longer, 200 years.
Oh, is it? Okay, because the book said 200.
Yeah. Remember, the book is dated.
Oh, true.
Like we use the Infinitology stuff from the book because it works pretty well. But the dates in the book are spits.
How old are we saying Infinitology is then?
Infinitology is a couple thousand years old.
Okay.
So humanity has been out in the stars for a good long while. No one's exactly too sure how long, just because a lot of those records got lost in the war. But at minimum, people know that it was 2,000 years ago when the first ships left Terra. And Infinitology started cropping up on Terra prior to the first ships leaving.
Okay.
So Infinitology has to be at least 2,000 years old. But back then it was cult status.
Right.
It's been an established religion, though, for a long time now.
Very nice.
I've joined the established cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Brother Ram.
Yes, Brother Ram. Welcome.
You haven't joined it. You can't call me Brother Ram, I swear to God.
No, Bree is allowed to say that, though.
Nah.
Nah, Han ain't not in that deep. I'll attend your ceremony because I'm kind of more towards Infinitology than I'm not. But nah.
Yeah, Lorne will.
Nah.
She'll return the the honorific, the title, so to speak, if people do throw it at her. But obviously, she's not running around calling Trent and Zai brother and sister. So
Yeah.
I didn't know Zai was an infinitology baby.
We've got Zai, Trent, Franklin.
Franklin might have moral support.
Moral support, Franklin.
Moral support, Franklin.
This is my comfort, Franklin.
That's
Sorry.
That's my guess of why he was there.
Who knows?
Who knows?
He doesn't talk about it too often. So, and Lorne's not the type who like actively pries.
Yep.
I think he
culturally
actually. I think I remember it being mentioned. He actually did quietly follow infinitology.
Yes.
Okay.
It has been mentioned on a few occasions.
Okay.
That he is a quiet follower of the infinitology, but
Quiet
probably mostly there for moral support because he doesn't normally attend such ceremonies and whatnot.
Well,
Sweet of him.
yeah. Man, your empathy must have been going nuts with all those people around.
It's
All that
fine.
love
I
and
can
adoration.
I can handle it. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's
Don't
cool,
worry,
it's
it's
cool,
only
cool.
good feels.
It is all good feels.
People be vibing.
Yeah.
We vibing.
Good
Help.
vibes.
Community. Good shit.
Yep.
Chance, if you have any idea of what the priestly attire is, shoot me some pics.
1 second. I imagine it's just because infinitology did kind of get its basis from a lot of Christianity. I imagine priestly robes are more along like priestly robes of the priests,
Okay.
but there is actually a couple images in
Oh, do they have
the
images in there?
PDF. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and find them.
They're somewhere in there. Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Somewhere in here.
Oh dear. I'm never gonna find that. Andrea, do you have the pics of Lorne doing ballet?
Booba.
Yes, I do. I've got a couple. Do you want them all?
Yes, please.
More Booba.
More booba.
Booba. The golden dark art is full of Booba.